Yes. Back on the Minecraft Forever world. Here's our lovely house, and here is an amazing place for us to start the next project for this world. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Minecraft Forever world. This is episode 2, and in this episode we're not going to be doing much besides focusing on building as well as getting our farms up and going. So I've decided we've got our house over there. It's not the greatest, but good enough. But right over here, with this mountain as a backdrop, I felt like these hills and this whole area over here would be such an amazing farming area. So I'm gonna be creating some farms for animals as well as crops, and also building some more buildings around here to improve our area. So I'm gonna start off by just preparing this area. You can sort of see that I've started a little bit of work on it. So my shovel's quite low. I've got about a chest full of dirt so far. But for now, I'm just gonna see you once I've got this all ready. Okay, so I've just finished preparing our area. I'm not sure if we're gonna need more space than this. Probably will, but for now this should work. I've also gone ahead and gathered a whole bunch of leaves to make some nice little borders around our farms. So for example, I would go over here and place a bunch like this, maybe a bit like that, and just continue this process over and over until we get to where we want with our little leaf border basically. And just like that, on this side we've got a nice little border separating the path from our farm. So I'm gonna get started on getting our farms down. We'll probably start over here and make my way around that way, but I think that's gonna be done best in a time lapse, so let's jump right into that. Alright, so now that we've got this first bit of our wheat field done, and I will say I'm sure once all of this wheat has fully grown, this is going to look amazing, because already just look at this. It already looks so cool, and it's not even fully grown. But I'm out of seeds currently, so I need to wait for this to fully grow to get some more seeds. Now I could go AFK for an hour or something and then come back and harvest this all to continue, or we could work on a building. So I think in this corner over here would be quite a nice spot to put a little windmill of sorts. That's gonna be the farm management and field caretaker and all that sort of stuff. So I think that I'm gonna probably go and or I'm gonna think of an idea, and then I've got to get resources, and then I can build this. So I'm going to just I'll probably just cut to the time lapse of me actually building this windmill. Alright, welcome back from that time lapse. Now, I did not expect this build to take as long as it did. I'm pretty sure I spent more time on that than my actual base. But I'm not too sure how to feel about these wind things. Like, something feels off, but I'm not sure how I could fix it. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. But I do feel like this now feels a bit empty in terms of its surroundings. So I think I'm probably gonna end up expanding this wheat field into all the way up over there. But I think, besides my mixed feelings on the two blades of the windmill, I guess, besides that, I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. I'm probably gonna end up going around adding a bit of foliage and that around the bottom, as well as some hay bales, just to add a bit more to it. But overall, I am really happy with how that turned out. Now, I will say, I did not expect myself to, or I did not really expect this to turn out as good as it is, in terms of looks and that, especially after seeing this. So I think if we go like over here maybe, and just add a bit of wheat maybe. Yeah, that looks pretty decent, I think. And maybe a few leaves like this. I would add some more, or I would add in a bit of mossy cobblestone and that, but I currently don't have any left over, so I'll have to do that at a future date if I do end up adding it in. But for now, I think if I do something like this, it should be pretty good, as well as it being surrounded by a bit of wheat. So yeah, so that, I think that works quite well. So now it's probably about time that we go around and harvest this wheat field, as I'm gonna need a lot of seeds to finish the rest of the fields. So I'm gonna go around, harvest, and obviously replant all of the fields, as well as finishing the upper fields over there, and then I'll check back in with you guys after I've done that. Okay, so I've just finished harvesting, and I'll be the first to say it, I think I got a little bit of wheat. So after harvesting that one field alone, or technically so 2 fields, but basically one field. Let's get started on making this into farmland. So I've just finished planting all of the fields, as well as working out what is wrong with that. You see, I built that mast the wrong way. You see how every one of them is pointing that way, besides that one. And that is why I've been looking at this and being like, something's weird. So I'm gonna quickly fix that, and I'll get back to you once that's done. Ah, yes, that looks better. And it also just came to my attention now that I actually haven't stepped back and looked at this build yet, so I'm gonna quickly do that. Let's see. It's actually turned out a lot better than I thought it would. Oh wow. There we go. That's pretty decent. I'm quite happy with that actually. And now that I've got a field that's gonna be more wheat than I could ever need. Like, I don't think, even though I'm a big back, I don't think I could possibly use all of this wheat, like, ever. But I am going to be using the windmill as the storage location for all of this wheat, as well as the seeds to plant the field. Like, right in here we can just stack up a bunch of hay bales like so. There we go. That just adds a little bit to the interior and that. So let's do a similar thing over on this side. Now I do want to keep the path a little bit clear, but something like that should work. Yeah, that will work. So if we were to put this barrel like right there, this can be our hay or wheat barrel. So let's see, that will be enough. There we go. And just fold that up, and then let's go with one over here. This can be where we keep all of our seeds. So there's our windmill and fields done. Now there's two options that I need to pick from. Could either continue building more fields or maybe do like a little bit of a barn area over there, or we could start working on getting villagers, or we can go to the nether. So I need to make a decision. Okay, I've made my decision. Gonna go into the nether, and if it's a good spawn, I'll stay there. If not, I'm gonna come back and start work on villagers. If it's a good spawn, then we will be going deeper into the nether. Haha haha. This is the point where you guys laugh, because like we need to go deeper.
Oh brother, this guy stinks!
Okay, so we've got one flint, one iron ingot, or one steel to make our
flint and steel.
Yes, I really did just use a Minecraft movie clip in 2026 after pretty much everyone's forgotten about it. I think I'm gonna put our nether portal in this little windmill over here. Okay, so let's break a hole over there so that we can make our nether portal. And yes, I did make it bigger than needed, but I just felt that it will look better this way, so. And let's light our nether portal. And for this, I'm gonna equip my shield and should probably take blocks, but it's fine. Let's just go. Welcome to
The Nether.
Okay, I'm sorry. That should be the last Minecraft movie reference for a bit at least. But let's have a look. Ooh, I see a nether fortress over there. Okay, that is good to know. And I think I'm gonna make a bit of a tunnel for myself to get there more easily. And I will be grabbing that leather because if we're gonna be getting some librarians, then we are going to be needing that. Okay, and let's continue digging our tunnel. And there it is. The nether fortress. Now, that is pretty far away. So, ooh, I almost just died. Okay, there we go. We are now in the nether fortress. Ooh, and there we go. First 2 blaze rods have been acquired. Our shield has just broken, so we do need to use a wall a bit more strategically. Okay, and it looks like we've got a blaze spawner over here. Let's see. Yep. So let's just place some blocks over there. Once again, making ourselves a little doorway. For now, let's just... There we go. So far we've got 4 blaze rods. Okay, there we go. We've got 5 blaze rods now. Let's just put another little wall over here. There we go. Got 13 blaze rods, which is plenty for the time being, and we can always come back for more when we need. But for now, let's grab that last one. Okay, cool. We are back in the overworld, and it is turning night once again. So, didn't mean to do that. Let's just quickly head on over here, go to sleep, and there we go. Okay, so now that we are back from the nether, I think I want to get started on some villagers. However, I don't really feel like gathering all the resources to build a like a little custom village or trading hall or something like that for the villagers, at least for the time being. So I'm just gonna grab these lecterns, and if I remember correctly, there should be a village up over this way. Ah, there it is. So it's not too far from base, so for now I'll just trade over here, and then once I feel like it, I'll build a proper trading hall and all that for the villagers to be put into. Here's a stonemason, so let's see. So don't you want to become a librarian? Ooh, silk touch for 10. Now that is what I want. Ah, you sir. I would like to trade my wheat to you, sir. There we go. 14 emeralds, which is enough for 1 silk touch book. Ah, yes, perfect. Right within budget. 10 emeralds. Thank you, Mr. Villager. I will be back. Not too much time. So now that we've got mending and silk touch books, we've got silk touch, which means I can finally set up a honeycomb farm, and I can sort out my roof. Okay, so I went up that mountain and looked around. I genuinely did not see, or actually no, I did see one singular beehive, but it was so far away. Honestly, I don't want to have to go all the way there to get it. And I would walk 500 chunks, and I would walk 500 more just to get the beehives for my roof to stop aging so much. Oh! Yes! Beehives! Ah, home sweet home. And I think up here on this little hill, I think it's going to be the perfect spot for us to build our little bee base. I haven't gathered the resources for it yet, but I have an idea for what it's going to look like. So I'm going to start prepping this area by flattening it out a bit, and then I will go and get all the resources I need. And so for our honey farm, we're going to put 2 barrels right over there. And I'm putting them upside down just because I feel like it looks a lot better that way. And then we're going to put 2 hoppers going into it. And then I'm going to stack those another pair of hoppers on top of that. If we go ahead and make a few trapdoors just to cover that. Simply like this. And then our beehives are going to go right over there. Put dispensers like so that the dispenser will fire into the hive. And then we're going to put 2 observers and 2 blocks just like that, and cover it with redstone dust. Now as we break these, we should hear those fire. And we've got our dirt right there. Now this would work perfectly, but I want to put these out a little bit further so that we've got a more neat looking honey farm. So if we do the exact same thing, just adding a extra 2 hoppers, and then I'm going to put some flowering azalea leaves over here, because these count as flowers. We can use them for our bees can use them as the flowers they pollinate with. But now that I've actually seen it, I think I'm gonna actually replace this with some moss over here. Wild flowers on top. Just like that. So now that we've got all of that done, we want to simply encase this with a glass, like so. And now we can't access those barrels, so we can either remove that glass, but this looks a bit weird. So we can do one of 2 things. We can either do something a bit like that, which I actually quite like the look of that, or we could do very similar idea, but put the stairs down there like that, and then we see that moss. But I actually quite liked it, but what I'm gonna try do is I need to place these in and then close it just like that, and now we've got our first little bee farm going. But as for right now, we are not going to be getting anything from it, so we need to add some shears for our honeycomb. So I quickly ran and got some iron for us to make a few sets of shears. And for now, I'm going to start off just by putting 2 sets in here. Mainly because we don't really need more than that. So I'm going to make a few more of these. And then once I'm done with that, I will start to work on the actual build itself. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. So while I was building this entire thing, I decided to not take any honeycomb out of it, and after all of that we ended up with over 4 stacks of honeycomb, which is actually kind of insane because like only these 3 little pods made like 4 stacks of honeycomb, and I think it was about an hour of building. I might be wrong, it might have been 2 hours, but still that one farm alone will keep like it will supply us with enough honeycomb easily. In fact, I might go ahead and change the oh yes, finally that one's aged. Yes, there was one one, I think it was a slab over there that was meant to be oxidized, and I accidentally hit it with my axe while de-aging stuff the one time, and it's taken so long to fully oxidize. Oh, I'm so happy. I think now that we've got this built, I think that's gonna be where I end off this episode. And I mean, we've done just a little bit more than last episode. But only just barely. Totally didn't make this entire field, windmill, bee farm, go to the nether, started with villages. I think I did go a little bit overboard with the stuff for this episode. But please do let me know what you think of both the bee farm and also our windmill. And if you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching, And I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.